Welcome to the Awaken the Awesome podcast with your host, Olivier Day. This is Awaken the Awesome, a podcast where we acknowledge that we are all in this together. Through enlightening conversations and personal insights, we like to engage with individuals just like you who show us how they are bringing a little bit of awesomeness along their individual journeys. Our hope is to inspire you to always keep pushing and to stay awesome along the way. So why I wanted to be on with you guys today, just again, a quick take because it's just my own consideration after the conversation the person was having, because the person asked me a question, was like, if you had to give anybody advice, because again, everybody has their own goals, everybody has their own ambitions for the new year, and what is one thing what is one thing that I think could be of use to anyone to succeed, or actually take that next step, as I like to call it on the recordings, to something that's realistic, actionable, and simple. So I felt that if this can serve you guys, because I'm trying to make a commitment that anytime, I'm still trying to commit to any time that you guys check in on this program, on these platforms, on these lives, and on these recordings, that it has to be useful to you. So I wanted to, purposely jump on and make this just a quick take and let you guys know what I think, right now. If you have to ask me right now, what is the best thing someone can do right now to actually take that next step? One essential thing, if it had to be one thing, I'm really open with this. And I believe it because I've applied it, and it's something that I believe is tough, but necessary. And for me, it genuinely comes down to changing your relationships. You have to take severe, vicious, and intentional inventory of the relationships that you hold around you, the people you allow into your space, and that you allow into your own personal circle. Because let's be very real, guys. The thing about being the sum or the average of the 5 or 6 people that you hang around with is very true. And it's true that they say that, when you hang around 5 broke people, you're the 6th, So it's not even funny, because you want to have a different set of habits, a different set of mindsets, a different set of processes, a different set of systems. You need to hang around people who are actually doing exactly what you want to be doing. All right. And I say it's the hardest step because it's one step that most people, like anything, the most uncomfortable things are the ones you want to do last. And often enough, in terms of productivity and efficiency, chances are, if it's something that you want to do last, but it also falls into the important file, chances are it's something that you should do right now. Get it out of the way quick. Just think about a plate of food, and you have that one serving or that one portion or that one piece of the meal that you don't want to touch. Chances are, just get rid of it right now. Something I do with my kids all the time. Like, listen, eat your broccoli right now. Handle the hot dogs after. Just get it done right now. Just take the Band-Aid off right now. Just get it done. And relationships is as important, is as severe, because it has a tremendous impact into your future you, how you feel, how you think, how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you dress, the places that you hang out, the places that you have access to, the places that are refused to you because of certain relationships that you have. And you need to take inventory. It really needs to take inventory. It sounds harsh. It sounds deep. And I'm not saying stop talking to certain people. Whereas, I'm sorry, you actually should. There's certain people you should just stop talking to, whether online or offline. There are certain relationships you should no longer have. All right. I like to make analogies. There are certain, you're not wearing the same underwear you did when you were 5. All right. Just picture it. You would not be wearing the same underwear you were wearing at 5 years old. Same goes for certain relationships. Certain relationships grow with you. Certain relationships no longer suit you. in that same regard. So I have friends that I've had for the past 30, 40 years. I just turned 40 in last August, and their friends are still with me right now. And believe it or not, there are some friends that we have reconnected right now and that we lost each other for a good decade. You know, everybody was doing their own thing and these things happen, which is why relationships are something that, you know what, you should let flow. And the universe, with intention and circumstance, will work things out, right? If it was meant to be, it shall be. And you need to be comfortable with that. But in terms of your own personal growth, you need to take ownership of the fact of what serves you and what doesn't. All right. Whether it's food, whether it's spirituality, whether it's movies, whether it's books, whether it's relationships. One of the biggest shifts, the biggest tools you can apply right now, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest decisions you can make right now to take one significant step forward into your own journey of personal development and growth is to change your surroundings, change your relationships, take severe ownership into the relationships that serve you and that don't. Because whether they know it or not, certain people are truly disadvantageous to your life. They bring absolutely nothing to you. All right. And that is something that you have to be aware of. What is the energy that you're allowing into your space, into your mental space, into your physical space? Everything is energy. Some people come with bad energy, toxic energy, heavy energy. And sometimes it is excruciatingly painful, toxic, and draining. We don't even need to get into the topic of energy vampires, but you need to understand that no matter how beautiful they are, no matter how much value and legacy that you've built, let's just call it how much sunk cost you've put into a relationship, sometimes it's good to just call your bets and just walk away. And whether you want to have the conversation or not is up to you. And you also need to make sure that, like dominoes, all relationships have their place in your life. There are certain people that you go to have a beer. Certain people you go to for business advice. Certain people you go to for marriage advice. Certain people you go to for spiritual advice. And you can have some people that are just there for companionship and friendship and laughter. And some people are there for something very specific. And some people out of nowhere come out of the woodwork and you're just like, wow, what a great friend, what a great collaborator, what a great partner, what a great teammate. And that's okay. If they're colleagues, they're colleagues. If they're relatives, they're relatives. And I'm going to go even down the rabbit hole of being the relatives. But Ali, what if they're relatives? What if it's my brother? What if it's my cousin? What if it's my aunt? So I'm dead serious. So listen, I'm Haitian. Talk to me about tradition. Talk to me about respecting your elders. Talk to me about reaching out. Trust me, I know it. I've been there. The holidays just went by. Trust me, I did not make many calls. Not because I got beef with anybody, not because I looked down on anybody. It's only because I have taken ownership into how I feel and to how does this bring any form of worth or consideration or truth into solidifying the relationship. What? Because I don't call you for Christmas means I don't care about you. Because I don't call you for the New Year's means I don't care about you. Because I don't want to inconvenience myself with making 60 calls that are going to be purely circumstantial and nothing else. No, I'm not doing that. I'll call you. I'm very intentional. I call certain people, I call more than they call me, and they know it, and that's fine. That is me owning me. You cannot control the other person, but this is the tool that I want you to take into your own arsenal. I demand that you take ownership, that you take inventory, and that you own how you're going to go about these relationships that no longer serve you. If they do, fine. And for those people that do, when I mean serve you, I'm not talking about what can they do for you. All right. Those are collaborators. Those are our business opportunities. But what I mean serving you is does this bring you joy? Does it, fuel the pool of positive energy and worth that is into your life? All right. Are you putting in this same amount of consideration and love into their pool. All right. If it's a mutual exchange of positivity and growth and greatness, that is great. I have friends I love and I love them to this day, and they know it. And I tell them as often as I can, because we all have lives and we're all busy. But for those relationships that you know very well are heavy on you, are weighing on you, and are draining you, and yes, no longer serve you, you need to take ownership and say, like, you know what? Through God, through life, through circumstance, I have to take ownership of the fact that, you know what, this does not serve me. And I no longer wish to go forward with this. Because the second that you pay attention to that is where you realize where your energy is best used, and where you can actually fuel this energy that you're saving and put it into relationships and people that might benefit from you in a greater circumstance. So yeah, guys, I thought that was important to say. I thought it was important to teach. It was a teachable moment. The question was asked to me earlier today, and I just thought, you know what, this would make a great recording. Hey, if you guys, have any commentary, how do you guys resonate with that? I would love to hear it. Just always check in with me, whether on Instagram, also by email. I love to get your questions. I really want to have the opportunity to actually get your questions, following the solos. If anyway, some things that, a little bit foggy, or you just want to, shoot some commentary. I would love to read it on the podcast. And of course, it could be useful, for anyone, listening to this and a future recording down the road, if your questions could possibly serve. So that's a good way to keep the community going. So, yeah. So guys, again, thanks for checking in. It's always a great opportunity, but again, as always, thanks always for checking in. This was another quick take. As always, love you guys. Stay safe. It's a new year, and I just want it to be yet another revelation towards the greatness that is you. Stay blessed. Stay safe. See you at the next recording. Much love. Stay awesome. This has been another episode of the Awaken the Awesome podcast. We always love to get your feedback, so please do drop us a line via Instagram, Facebook, or email. Our email address, awakentheawesome@gmail.com. Do visit our official website at awakentheawesome.ca, where you can find our entire back catalog of episodes and incredible guests. Also, if you haven't already, please hop on over to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, give us a rating, and leave us a review, as this helps us tremendously in growing this podcast and spreading the word to more awesome listeners like you. We always appreciate your support, and thank you for listening. Stay awesome.